Hey everybody, this is Tom Brooks and this is chapter 2 of the Language of Music book. Now that you guys are already solid on the basic building blocks of music, we talked about in chapter 1, pitch and rhythm. Now we're going to talk about some of the foundational structures. I'm talking about things like time signatures and key signatures and the major scale. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to end this chapter talking about the enigmatic and often misunderstood circle of fifths. So if you're all set, grab your workbook and let's dive on in. So let's start off talking about time signatures. Now the good news is this is way simpler than you might think. I would say easily 90% of the worship songs, the modern worship songs we do, are in a time signature called 4/4 time. And basically what that means is we say a time signature because it's really the pattern of rhythm that goes through the entire song. And it looks like a fraction. So when you say 4/4, you've got a 4 on top and a 4 on the bottom. The 4 on top simply means there are 4 beats in every bar. Now if you think back to, remember in chapter 1 we were talking about the Queen song, We Will Rock You. It's a very simple example of 4/4 time. So that's the one that's, and the count is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one measure of the music. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every bar of that piece, every measure of that piece has 4 beats in it. Now the number on the bottom, that tells you what kind of note gets a beat. So because it's a 4, that means that a quarter note gets a beat. So when you count off that song, 1, 2, 3, 4, what you're counting is quarter notes. So 4/4 time, 4 quarter notes in every song. And like I said, there are, literally a bazillion songs in pop and rock and definitely in modern worship that are in 4/4 time. Think about, how great, 2, 3, is our God. 1, 2, 3. How Great Is Our God by Chris Tomlin, that's 4/4 time. Another one, for instance, how about Mighty to Save, He is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beats in every bar. Or maybe Paul Baloch's Open the Eyes of My 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beats in every bar. So, and you could name 100,000 other songs that you know that are all in 4/4 time. In fact, it's used so often that sometimes you hear it referred to as common time. So if somebody says, if you see common time written in a book somewhere, what they're talking about is 4/4 time. Literally speaking, probably 90% of our music's in 4/4 time. See? Easy. You know more than you think already. Now, occasionally you will run into some other time signatures. One, for instance, is 3/4 time. Now, when we hear 3/4 time, basically we think of the waltz. You do see this occasionally in modern worship music. One, for instance, think of the Christmas song, Silent Night. Silent night, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or another one, for instance, just the hymn Amazing Grace. Amazing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Or, well, for instance, even Happy Birthday, Happy 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Those are all examples of 3/4 time. Another time signature that's interesting is called 6/8. Now, 6/8, obviously you've got an 8 on the bottom. That means that an 8th note gets a beat. And 6/8's a little bit different in the sense that we tend to hear 6/8 in pulses of 2. Let me give you an example. Chris Tomlin's Indescribable. Indescribable, undeniable. We hear that in pulses of 2. So now true, underlying is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your 6/8 note right there. But you hear how we tend to hear it in pulses of 2. Another one, for instance, is Twyla Paris's He Is Exalted. He is exalted, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. You hear it in the pulses of 2 like that? As long as we're thinking about Queen songs, we are the champions, my friends. Another good example of 6/8. Now, and there are other time signatures too, but those are the main ones you see. Now, I do want to make one more point about there's a thing that is involved in time signatures. You ever heard of talking about the swing era, or talking about playing a song in a shuffle groove? Basically, when we're talking about 4/4 time, all of the pulses inside the quarter notes are divided evenly. If you tell a band to play, let's play this song in a shuffle, or let's play this song like a swing, the music is going to look exactly the same, but instead of straight pulses like we were doing, how great, dun, 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 they're even. The pulses in between are even. Now, if they said to shuffle it, it would be like, dum bum. This is a shuffled eighth note versus straight eighth notes. See the difference? This is straight. Now, you definitely want to look inside the workbook. There's some good examples of the differences between shuffled eighths and straight eighths. One that comes to mind, a great one probably, is if you know the original version of Layla by Eric Clapton, that's an example of straight eighths. Now, when he did a new version of it on the MTV Unplugged thing, instead of playing it as straight eighths, he played it as a shuffle. So the shuffle version is like, versus straight eighths would be this. Versus the shuffle. See the difference? Definitely check out the workbook. There's some other examples of in that too.